Hey kids, it's Blackjack with 396 Guitars. This should be the final installment for the Stirling uh, Music Man Stingray. It's all back together. I'm going to show you what we've done and catch you up on where we're at and where we're going. Everything's pretty much done. We're going to restring it, we're going to do a setup, and we're going to make it play today. So let's get to work. As you can see, it's a whole instrument again. Pickups are in. Rewiring was done. When I took it apart and gutted it, all I did was snip the pickup harness and got this out. I ran the pickups back in, and they're there's 5 leads there. You have them, and they're micro wires, and it's long, slow, tedious work getting them together. Putting heat shrink on every single lead, and then tying it all together. It all sits under there where the connection was made. I did tap test it. Everything's working. I have a battery in it. I took the entire bridge assembly apart and cleaned it only because it was just gummed up and mucky. Same thing with the pick guard, and there was some duct tape glue left on the pickup covers. So I cleaned all that up. Cleaned the control cavity cover, the control plate. Like I said, I did try everything. Everything seems to be working. We're going to go to putting some strings on it. And I think these are the strings that came off of it. I don't remember. I'm only mocking up with these strings, and then we will do something else, permanent when we get to that juncture. Right now, we're still just checking to make sure that it's right and correct, and it's going to do what it's supposed to do. Make sure these strings are even long enough. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they aren't. Yeah, they are. I did polish up the frets a little bit, and I think the next little project on this guitar is going to be doing something with this god-awful plain neck. It's maple, but it's just god-awful, and compared to the black body, it should be darker. I think it needs to be stained, but that's just me. That's just me. I think it would look a lot better. I'm not going to kill you with that racket. I am going to pause while I put the rest of them on. Just stand by. So we have to get right to, because this guitar was completely dismantled and gutted, we got to get right to doing a full setup on it. And I can tell you the strings are a mile away. Yup, I had it set flat. Let's see where it leads us. It's pretty forward, but we're gonna have to bring that up. I had it set in a flat condition because the neck's been off for 2 months. Something for that. I usually use I'm going to tighten it up and get it straighter. And I mean a lot. I mean a lot. And the pickups are a mile away too. I'm going to set it up to 440, not any other oddball tunings. Make this thing play great, I think. We're getting there. Closer. Remember, this is not the high-end music, man. It was probably, I don't know, $700 or $800 new. It wasn't worth a tinker's damn when it hit my bench. It was broken in a million pieces. But we're going to bring it back and make it do what it's supposed to do. I like that. I'm going to go with that. That's much better. You saw how many turns I had to put on that thing. That's what happens when a neck languishes too long, too. It'll start doing its own thing. I didn't check it while it was just hanging and dangling. But it is set to 12 thousandths right now, and it looks pretty straight. I'm afraid to even see what the measurement is on this. Wow. Talk about driving a truck under that thing. I don't know if we're going to have enough. Now, when I took it apart, the only oddball thing that I found was a little tiny hardwood shim when I took the neck out of the body. And that ain't enough to make up for, right now it's a 10, like almost 10/64 all the way across. So we're going to get after it and back all of these off. They all look like they're almost at the end of they've been raised up so high, and I don't understand that. And the E, the low E is, well, the low E, the only E on it, is tilted so oddball. You know, they all need to come way down. And when I say way down, I mean a lot. So the guy that had this guitar clearly didn't know how to play very well, and he certainly, whoever set it up, didn't know how to set it up. Oh, we got plenty of thread there. I don't know why it would have had a shim in it from the factory. That tells a story to me, but I don't know what it means. I don't, judging by what I'm seeing right now, I don't think we're going to have a shim in there. I'm just going to drop these all down a lot and get them level and then go from there. The G and the E studs are protruding a little bit, but not anything to get in a twist over. Not anything to get in a twist over. Now, let's measure this again just to make sure before we get to fine-tuning string height and intonation and all that good stuff. Just to make sure. Just to make sure. No, I think it's too tight. And again, no, I'm going to roll with that. I'm going to roll with that. Once it sits around for a week or two under tension and all set up, then we'll know more. We will certainly know more. Because it will settle and do its thing. Alright, where are we? Yeah, that's more like it. I like 6/64s. Got to come up slightly. For guessing at the E string, I got it dead on. that one dead on. And that one too. Huh. I only needed to slightly adjust the A string. That was pretty good guessing. Sometimes I surprise my own damn self. Yeah, it's coming right in too. I like it. Just curious. Wow, I got that even. Before I took the bridge, I took the saddles all off of the bridge just so I could get in there and clean it and make it look new again because, well, why not? I did so much other stuff, and I think I got it. I think I got it dead on. All I did was I took a rough measurement on each one before I took it out. The lowy is dead on. I think the A is a little off. Nope, we're good. Yep, I can live with that. Slightly sharp, and I mean slightly sharp on the D. Where are you? Where are you? Come on, you. Cooperate. Yahtzee. So far, this thing is acting like a really stable instrument. The G is a little sharp as well, and that's the one that's the farthest forward, so I'm glad to see that saddle coming back slightly. So dead on. Well, geez Louise, after having this thing apart so much, and then, no, that one needs to go down slightly, this one needs to come up slightly. I was worried that this one wouldn't be down enough. I thought this one was going to be too close to the strings. I'm glad to see it coming up slightly. Right there, a little bit more. And this is all to measurement. You know, when I was putting it together and getting these set in there, I was actually using a straight edge to eyeball where to put them as if it were a string that you were holding down and checking your pickup height. So I got it within a couple of millimeters. I mean, that one's too close. I got it within a couple of millimeters. Yeah. Like I said, these are a little too far away. Like I said, sometimes I amaze my own damn self. Still more. Fine tuning, it didn't really amount to a whole lot on this. I went too far there. That one's perfect. All right, come on. Beautiful. Beautiful. and it's holding tune. Oh, I spoke too soon. The A dropped a little bit. Yep. I wonder what it's going to sound like. What do you think? Ooh. Those pickups were so far away, and it's an active bass, so even small increments getting closer to the string to where the measurement's supposed to be, I can tell already that it appreciated the adjustment. Because I did play it a little bit before I did any adjustments on it. I wonder. Got a little buzzing on the D string. That thing dropped down or something on me? I don't know. Let's take a look. Maybe it's lower and I was looking at the gauge wrong. Don't know. Don't know. It is lower. It is lower. Let's bring it back up. Maybe after adjusting the intonation, it clicks down. There's tracks that the saddle screws sit in. It might have clicked down onto one of them. It seemed like the only one that wanted to buzz, and it's probably just because it's too low. Right? Right, you fella? Actually, they all drop down a bit after I... like it. Yeah, I think I need to bring all the string action up slightly. I've got it at like just below 5 or just above 5/64. So some of my regular basses I run at 6 or 7, so it depends on the instrument, and this is probably not the best neck, but I like the way it plays. Yeah, we need to bring the string action up a little bit, but everything is there. Guitar is back together. The guitar is playing. I'm not going to adjust it anymore. I'm going to let it settle for a couple of days at least. But man, it's breathing life again. Look, I mean, what a difference from that first video when it was green and it was in, you know, a bunch of pieces smashed to bits. The tuning pegs were all bent up and broken off. This was broken here, and there was a big crack going right down the middle. It actually came apart in 2 big pieces and 4 or 5 other smaller pieces. And I got it puzzled back together, and now it's going to play. It's going to make music again. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. String spacing looks good. Everything is right. The strings go right over the pickups. I mean, none of that was ever messed with, so it should be as it were when it was made, you know, at the factory. This was literally a brand new guitar when the guy brought it in, so it was only a month and a half or so old when he bought it and said it broke. It broke. Yeah, I have a feeling this guy baseball batted this thing into something really hard like concrete. It's Blackjack with 396 guitars, man. You never know what's going to hit my bench. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for all your support. I really appreciate all of you. I try to answer your comments and your questions. If you ever need me, you can reach me. We'll talk soon. Remember, if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and by all means, share.